Perfect. We're live. Good morning, beautiful people. I hope you're all doing wonderful today. Happy Tuesday. For anybody who's new, my name is Jade, and I am the founder of Soul Searchers. Every Tuesday and Thursday morning, we do a live Facebook Live and coffee time kind of thing where we do oracle card readings for the collective, and then we'll do a few individual card readings, just, depending on how many people and if anyone's interested, et cetera, et cetera. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to comment #replay. And for anyone and everyone watching, if you have any questions, comments, whatever, feel free to actually leave a comment. Just know that if you're watching the live, that the comments are a little bit delayed. So I won't respond right away, but as soon as I see it, I will respond, I promise. And if you're watching the replay, please also feel free to comment as you're watching. The comments will pop up in my notifications later, and I will absolutely answer any questions you might have. And for anyone live or replay or whatever, if you have any questions that are more personal or, anything in relation to spirituality, the card readings, whatever, you're more than welcome to send me a private message via the Soul Searchers Facebook page. I love talking to people. I love answering questions. So feel free. Don't be shy. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get us all situated for our live this morning and get our music going so it's not just like silent in the background while I'm shuffling and stuff and doing readings for people, and get our cards situated and get our live shared so we can get a few more people on here. Okay. First, music, so you guys aren't sitting in silence while you wait on me. I try to get everything mostly set up before we get started, but there are some things that Facebook just doesn't let me do beforehand. So I'll go ahead and do them now. All right, we got our music. Let me go ahead and get our live shared so we can get a few more peeps. And then I'll get started. Okay. Do. Okay. Perfect. All right. So we've got our live shared. Awesome sauce. I'll drink a little bit of tea. And turn our banner on to let everyone know that we're reading for the collective right now. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Oh, and one more thing. If you're new to oracle cards, if you're not sure how it works, feel free to ask. I love answering questions, like I said a little bit ago. But that's what I do here is I do live oracle card readings. So if you have questions, let me know. All right, what do I want to start with for the collective this morning? Okay. So our first card for the collective this morning is going to come from our manifestation deck, our Super Attractor deck by Gabby Bernstein. So if you're trying to manifest anything into your life right now, this is a great deck to kind of communicate with that universal energy, but also to really keep yourself on track, essentially. All right, let's see what we've got. If you really think about it, we're constantly manifesting everything that we have in our lives anyway. But when we are consciously thinking about it and really, more present with it, it kind of makes things go not necessarily faster. It just makes us a little more aware, I guess, is the best way to put that. When you bring it to the forefront of your mind. Okay. And then even, good morning, Angelique. How are you, my dear? I am almost done with all the preparation work for the website. Girl, I spent all day yesterday completely redoing my website. and all the like different links and stuff on it. There's still some stuff I'm working on. So like if you go to the main page of my website, it says under construction, because it is. But it was so much fun, and I was setting up the private reading section of everything, and I was just so excited because I was like, I can't wait for Angelique to see it. It's gonna be great. So just thought I'd tell you. Okay, so anyways, sorry guys, back to the first card for the collective this morning, and we were just talking about manifestation, and really bringing whatever you're trying to manifest into the forefront of your mind, and the practice of manifesting things, even though really everything in our life is manifested. That's a very long conversation, but the card that I pulled, which kind of helps explain it a little bit more, it is this beautiful card here that says, my super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith in love, and the joy I put out. And that is truly a great explanation of how things work. Because when you're putting out that, faith in love and the universal energy and happiness and joy, you're really attracting those things to you as well. So whatever you're working towards, whatever your goal is, your idea of success, your version of that, because it's different for everyone, it's really about, when you're manifesting it, to do so with unconditional love and faith and trust, and know that what is meant for you is going to come to you. And if it's not, then don't worry about it, because the universe has your back. So again, as you're trying to manifest these new things into life, these, what we consider to be positive aspects of life, success, happiness, love, etc., to really do so with that faith. So again, first card for the collective is, my super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith in love, and the joy I put out. Angelique. I know, I'm so excited. I was going to ask what you mean by the most part, but I won't ask you to put all your personal business out there. You can message me if you need anything. All right. Okay, let me drink a little bit more tea. What are you guys drinking this morning? Coffee, tea, water? I have tea and water. You guys know I get super thirsty when I'm doing readings. Okay. I don't even know the name of the song that just popped in my head, but I know it's by T.I. I just can't remember the name of it right now. When I remember it, I'm going to tell you guys the song that just popped into my head. Good morning, Rebecca. How are you? Just a reminder for everybody, if you come here regularly or if you're new, the comments are a little bit delayed. Facebook is kind of slow. So from the time you comment until like when it pops up, there's a good 5 to 10 second kind of delay. So I'm not ignoring you guys, I promise. It just hasn't popped up yet. Okay. Oh, thank you. These are like cheap Target glasses, Angelique. I got them from Target for like $15 maybe, but they're just like little readers to help with the laptop and stuff, because I definitely need them. I went to the eye doctor and was like, yeah, so I actually need stronger glasses. And she was like, no, you're fine. I'm like, but I can't read stuff. I kind of need stronger glasses. And she just wasn't having it. So I went and got some readers from Target, and they've been super helpful. So that's what I wear every time I'm on here. Okay. All right, let's do another card for the collective. What do we got? Okay. So our next card for the collective, guys, is coming from our Keepers of the Light Oracle, which I absolutely love. I got it while I was in Sedona, and every time I use it, I'm like, I want to go back. I'm gonna go back to Sedona. I just love the energy there. The heat, not so much, but the energy is amazing. All right, let's see. Whoops. I'm throwing stuff. Let me get it together. All right. Okay. What else does the collective need to hear this morning? Yeah, that's important. Okay. So our next card for the collective this morning, I think, is really just a reminder for all of us. It is Kuan Yin, care and compassion. So really just choose to live out of that unconditional love and be compassionate towards others. We are all going through so much right now as a collective, as individuals. We all have our own shit going on constantly. Every person that you interact with has their own traumas, has their own hard times, their own stress, their own responsibilities. And we kind of forget that just because we're having a hard time and we're having a bad day, we're not the only ones. And, you don't know what someone's going through. You don't know their mental health. You don't know where they're at right now. So this is really just a reminder for all of us to remember to live out of love and compassion and understanding, and really just holding space for each other and giving each other a little grace. If someone snaps at you or is kind of rude, just, okay, clearly you're going through it right now. I'm sorry that you feel some type of way for whatever type of reason. But for myself, I'm going to step away, give you time to deal with your stuff. I'm not going to respond with that same type of energy of, lashing out, and just do what's best for you. And don't, let your own stress disturb someone else's peace. Does that make sense, guys? But also don't let someone else's stress disturb your peace either. And just really understand that we're all going through it. We're all having a hard time. We're all constantly going through our own stuff. Just live out of that space of unconditional love and understanding. We're all human beings. We have our moments. We freak out over little things. We get stressed out. We snap at people. And, it's not always on purpose. But it's time to really recognize that, we're not alone. We're all going through some shit. And let's have that same kind of compassion and grace for others that we would wish them to have for us. So again, the second card for the collective this morning is Kuan Yin, care and compassion. And I also need to say, if you are having a hard time, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to ask for help. But also, if you see someone else struggling, because let's be real, we're all kind of stubborn sometimes. We don't like to admit that we're having a hard time. We don't like to admit that we're going through it. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone else, to be like, hey, I've noticed you seem kind of stressed, or, whatever. How are you doing? How can I be there and support you right now, or hold space for you? You know what I mean? So keep that in mind as well. Okay, let me shuffle Kuan Yin back into the deck really quick. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know. Okay. And as always, if you have questions about any of the cards, please feel free. Drop a comment. It might take a second for me to see it, but I will happily respond. I love answering questions. And if I don't have an answer for you, I will find it. If I have to meditate on it, talk to the guides, whatever, I can do that. Okay. Also, can you guys hear the music? Is it too loud, too quiet, just right? Let me know. I'm always worried that it's a little too loud, maybe that you can't hear me, or maybe I'm too loud and you can't really hear the music. Whatever the case may be, just let me know, y'all. I try to be mostly accommodating. All right. Okay, I'm going to do one more card for the collective. And that is going to come from our Halloween Oracle because I'm still absolutely in love with it. I don't think I'll ever not be in love with this deck. For those of you who don't know, Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I love scary movies, and I love just everything like dark and creepy. Except for clowns. I don't love clowns. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That's the one thing I can't do. I don't think they're funny. I just don't. They freak me out. Okay, let's see what we've got. What do we have? Ooh, and spiders. Clowns and spiders. Okay, what do we have for the collective, guys? Okay. Sorry, I think this one was geared towards me. I apologize, guys. So here I am telling you guys about how I'm not a fan of clowns or spiders or whatever. And we have graveyard, unnecessary fear. And yes, guys, graveyards, people get freaked out by them and they're like, oh my God, dead people. And it's a silly thing. It's an unnecessary fear. It's just a fact of life. We have places to, bury the people that we love and put them to rest. There's nothing to be afraid of there. But I think this was mostly in response to my clowns and spiders. Just a reminder that I'm being silly. But we all have something like that, right? That we're just unnecessarily afraid of. And that's okay. It's not, it may not be scary for someone else, but it's okay that it's scary for you. And I just think it's so funny when people, make fun of others for the things that they're afraid of, because, we each have our own fears, whether that's realistic to everyone else or not. All right. So our next card for the collective that is not geared at me is joy, rejoicing in the present. This is really another reminder for us right now with everything going on to just really be present. As human beings, we have a tendency to kind of get stuck in our own minds and really worrying about, past decisions or mistakes or the things that we need to do to get to a certain goal and really stressing about the future. We have a tendency to live either in the past or the future. And all it does is stress you out. That's all it's doing. It's not really helping, right? So this is just a reminder to live right now, to enjoy this moment where you are at, who you are in this present moment, and really the joy in the little things. I like to do at least one thing a day, just even if it's something small, 5 minutes, whatever, that truly brings me joy and reminds me to really live in the present moment and not to stress about everything, and to really trust that I am exactly where I'm meant to be in this moment. And as things unfold and as I move forward each moment, I'll be exactly where I need to be. So why stress about it, right? And that goes for everybody. As our paths unfold before us, as we take steps down our journey, each moment that we are continuing to move forward or stay put or whatever the case may be, we are exactly where we are meant to be when we are meant to be there. And it's really hard to trust that sometimes because we get, really caught up in our human mind of, go, go, go. I have to be productive all the time. I have to be doing things. I have to be making steps forward and doing all this progress. And we forget to really enjoy where we're at. So again, just a reminder to really enjoy this present moment and do something that really makes you happy, that you truly enjoy, that lights you up. Okay. Whatever that may be. As long as you're not doing harm to yourself or others, go for it. All right. Drink a little bit more tea, and then I'll start doing individual cards if anyone is interested. All right. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what decks I have this morning. I don't have all of them out, but I do have a good number. So if you're interested in a card, if you would like a little guidance from the, as my mom likes to call it, the powers that be. I love that. I just think it's cute, and it also reminds me of Charmed, which is such a really like good, like cute show. I don't know if cute's the right word, but it's a really good show, the original one. All right, so the first deck I have is the Spirit Animal Oracle. Then I have the Starseed Oracle. Oh. Then I have the Keepers of the Light, our Halloween Oracle, which we just used, the Archangel Gabriel cards, and Archangel Gabriel is the Angel of Communication, our Super Attractor cards, our Angels and Ancestors, our Saints and Angels, and our Work Your Light Oracle cards. And I know that's a lot, guys. That's not even all the decks I have. Those are just the ones I brought out today. So if you're interested, if you have a specific deck that you would like a card from, let me know. If you just want me to go with what I'm feeling drawn to, I can do that as well. Just drop it in the comments. Okay, Angelique, do you have a specific deck you want, or just whatever I'm feeling? Okay. Okay, Rebecca, I will put you on the list right behind Angelique. Okay, cool, Angelique. All right. Let's see. What does Angelique need to hear this morning? Okay. Angelique, for you this morning, my dear, we are going with the Angels and Ancestors. All right, let's see what we got. What does Angelique need to hear this morning? Okay, so my dear, you got two cards this morning that I think you kind of need. So, but you know, obviously you need them or they wouldn't have come out this morning. But you know that, you know how this works. So your first card, my dear, which I believe you have gotten before, is the High Priestess, which is, it says to harness your mystic power. But what I'm feeling from this particular card for you this morning, my dear, is to really embrace your inner power, your own power, and your gifts, because you have them. They're there. It's just a matter of really tapping into them and honing those gifts and using them for your highest good. But also remembering who you are. You are a badass woman. You are strong. You are independent. You are loving. You are just you're so bright, right? And it's a matter of really remembering who you are, but also kind of just getting back in touch with yourself, you know what I mean? But I also want to tell you to embrace that feminine energy of allowing, and allowing the positive things, the blessings, that are meant for you to really come to you, and to just really be open to receiving them. Not constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, or waiting for the next like big thing or something crazy. Just really living your life, embracing that feminine energy of allowing what is for you to come to you without any pressure, without any, expectations, and just being that best version of yourself, as those blessings continue to flow. And then your next card, my dear, is the Traveler. Move in a new direction. So I'm not sure what this is specifically referring to. I'm not getting I don't think it's in reference to any of your business stuff. I don't think it's a relationship thing. I think this is an environmental factor. What I'm really feeling from this is that you may be in like a current situation or environment that might not be entirely beneficial for you. Maybe you're not receiving necessarily the support that you need, that you require, like the external support. You don't need validation. That's not at all what this is. It's just a matter of being in an environment that encourages you to thrive. Does that make sense? So I'm not sure where you're at right now. I'm not sure what, your environment looks like. I'm not sure who you're surrounded by, but it's time to move in a different direction. It's time to make some changes. They don't have to be drastic changes. I don't think it's anything drastic at all, but it's time to start letting go of what doesn't serve you, what isn't in your best interest for your highest good, and really just being aware of what is and isn't for you, and starting to let go of those things that no longer serve you. But I'm definitely getting that this is more of an environmental thing, not necessarily a specific relationship or a specific, situation, you know what I mean? But it's time to start making some changes and moving in different directions, and really being in a place where you are supported and encouraged to thrive. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. I wish they'd give me a little more details, but that's okay. We're going to roll with what we got, because that's what we're supposed to have right now. But let me know. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that resonates. Yeah, sorry. Just going over everything one more time before I move on. Okay, Rebecca. I need to open my friends. Angelique. So in reference to your comment, which just popped up, I would say it's not necessarily how do I explain? It's not necessarily opening up to let others love you, although obviously be open to unconditional love from others. But providing support in a positive way, where they're encouraging you to grow, but not trying to do everything for you or control the situation. The support that I think you're needing is more of an emotional and mental support, not necessarily like people physically helping you to do things. And also, as far as letting go of past hurts and behaviors, subconscious behaviors in relation to that, there's always room for all of us to improve and to work through our past traumas, big or small, whatever they may be, and to continue to grow for ourselves emotionally, mentally, spiritually, etc. It's not about not letting something bother you, but really about feeling what you need to feel, experiencing what you need to experience, and not putting that judgment on yourself of, oh, well, I need to not let this bother me. I need to not be upset about this. No, if you need to be upset, be upset. Let yourself feel what it is that you need to feel. Now, don't sit and wallow in it, but honor yourself, honor those feelings, honor those thoughts that you have in regards to whatever that past hurt is, and move through them. Experience them as you need to, because repressing them and telling yourself not to be upset or not to feel some type of way or not to think a certain way about a situation, you're just putting that pressure on yourself, and you're not honoring those feelings. And in turn, that means you're not honoring yourself, right? And we always want to honor ourselves and our feelings and our thoughts and move through whatever it is that we need to feel or whatever it is that we're processing, right? So just keep that in mind. And as you're working through whatever it is, don't repress yourself. Don't push anything away. Just really feel what you need to feel and do what you need to do to process it. So I hope that makes sense. More comments. Okay. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Yes, I understand that. I completely understand. And if you want to talk more about it, out of a live setting where everyone can see all your business, I'm happy to do that. But I understand repressing the feelings and pushing them down and, keeping it moving, right? Just rub some dirt on it. It'll be all right. Keep going. I get it 100%. But it only makes things worse. And I think we forget that sometimes is we repress stuff and we kind of push it to the side like, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to keep moving forward. And we kind of bottle it up and we just keep bottling things. And then at some point, we're going to explode because there's no more room to repress. There's no more room to shove things down. There's no more room to keep pushing stuff into this bottle or box or whatever. You just got to let it happen. You know what I mean? You have to let yourself feel what you need to feel. And that way those emotions or those thoughts or whatever the case, they're not essentially fermenting. They're not growing or becoming stronger by sitting there because you're moving through them as they occur. And that is so much easier said than done. I know I make it sound like it's this easy thing to do. And I know that it's not. I know it takes a lot of time and effort and it's not easy at all, but it's worth it and really helpful because as you learn to let yourself feel and go through whatever movements you need to, it becomes easier as you continue to do it. Now, that doesn't mean it's like completely easy, like whatever, because that's just not a thing. Feelings are hard. That's totally normal, but it does become easier. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, Rebecca Becht. Are you still here, my dear? Okay. And then if anyone else is on, if you would like a card, please let me know. Drop a comment. If you want to see what decks we have, I can go through and show them again. No big deal. And if you have any questions, comments, whatever, just know that Facebook comments are a little bit delayed. So from the time that you comment until the time that I receive it, there's about a 5 to 10 second delay. So I'm not ignoring you. I just haven't seen it yet. Okay. All right, Rebecca, let's get your card. And Rebecca, you wanted the Archangel Gabriel cards, correct? and drink a little bit of tea. Okay. All right, Rebecca. Rebecca Becht. Good morning, Holly. How are you, friend? All right. Ooh. What does... Hello, Lenise. You absolutely may. I'm doing free one-card pulls this morning. If you'd like, I can show you the different decks that I have, or I can just pull from one that I'm feeling drawn to. Just let me know. All right, Rebecca. Okay. So, Rebecca, I'm not sure what's going on in your life, what the situation is, etc. I'm not that kind of psychic. I don't know your guys' whole life story unless you tell me. A lot of people get kind of weird about that. They're like, well, you know, you're a psychic, you should know. Well, I'm not that kind of psychic. I don't know everyone's life stories. I'm not trying to pry into your whole life unless you ask me to. But your card for the morning, my dear, is to keep going. Use the energy of any disappointments, or maybe not necessarily disappointments, but anything that hasn't necessarily gone your way, any situations that you feel are like negative or just not positive experiences or situations. Use those to fuel your progress. Use those to inspire you, to encourage you, to energize you, to really express yourself and to really move forward towards your goals. It says to fuel your creative project. So I'm not sure if you're working on anything currently, but if you're not, I would definitely recommend, I don't know if you like to do crafts or if you have maybe a side project that you like to work on outside of your career, but now would be a really good time to use that energy, to use those emotions. The word disappointment keeps coming up, but I don't know if that's the right word. But use that to really fuel everything that you're working on and to inspire you. I really don't feel like disappointment is the word. I'm trying to figure out what the word is, but it's hard to get it. Not disappointment. It's not a letdown. It's not. I'm feeling a little bit of like kind of grief, like something ended, or you had your heart really set on something and it didn't work out. And it's not necessarily disappointment. I feel like it's kind of stronger than that. I'm really feeling like a kind of grief. So, but use that to really, really fuel whatever it is that you're working on, whatever creative endeavors, and use those raw emotions, those real feelings to say what you need to say or to express what you need to express, not necessarily what you think everyone else needs to hear or see or what anyone else needs to experience. It's about taking what you have going on, that grief, that those feelings of upset, sadness. I feel like there's some anger. I'm definitely feeling some anger. As human beings, we have a tendency to take our sadness, our grief, our emotions, and the easiest one for us to express is anger. So we turn all those feelings into this little ball of anger and it just grows. And I feel like it's time to let it out. Let those feelings out. Use them to really express in this whatever form of creativity that you're currently doing right now. I'm not sure if you I'm not sure what you're working on, but I feel like it's something big. And just use those authentic, those real, those raw feelings to let it all out. Not for anyone else, not to be what other people need to hear or see or feel, but for what you need to hear, what you need to see, what you need to feel, and what you need to release. It's really about that release and just fueling your progress forward. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. Again, the card is keep going. Yeah, I think that's everything. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. Ooh, look, comments. Okay. Ooh, Holly, avocado bagels. You know I love them. Lenice, I'm so sorry about your son. That no parent should feel that ever. Rebecca, ooh, you're writing a book. Okay, so that makes sense. And yeah, I knew it wasn't disappointment. I felt like disappointment was not a strong enough word. It just wasn't the right one. But again, it's time to release it all and to use it to fuel your goals and that creative endeavor. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. Let me know. Okay, Lenice. Let me see what I got. What does Lenice need to hear, guys? Okay, Lenice, for you this morning, we're going to go with the Saints and Angels Oracle. Okay, let's see what we've got. Ooh. What does Lenice need to hear this morning? Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Please let me know. If I'm not, I have a thing where I really like to pronounce people's name correctly. So if it's pronounced differently, let me know. All right. Okay. So Lenice, I just want to say, if you wouldn't have commented that you had lost your son, I would not have known. I'm not that kind of psychic. But either way, this card would have came forward. And this actually is a card that I have not pulled before, so I didn't know that it was in this deck. And I'm feeling a lot of things, so just bear with me. It might take me a little bit to, but your card is Child, Guardian Angel, and I didn't know that this card was in the deck, so that what I'm feeling a lot of love, but when you know the feeling you get when you're about to cry, when you have a lot of emotions, where you get like a kind of lump in your throat, and it makes it's sort of hard to talk or to express yourself. I'm getting that right now, which tells me that this is extremely important, and that there are a lot of feelings, but I really want to relay to you the love that is coming through, and it's like an overwhelming amount of love. And for those of you who don't know me, those of you who do, you know this is totally true. I am the kind of person, when there is a ridiculous amount of love, like when someone's just being very loving and accepting and understanding and caring, I get emotional. So I'm sorry. But I'm also, it's not just love. I feel like there's a lot of happiness mixed with there's like an undertone of sadness, but it's not intense. It's not like any kind of, it's not hurt. It's like when you miss somebody. But I feel like this is just a confirmation for you. It's a confirmation is really what this is. This isn't to be upsetting. This is a positive thing. And what I'm seeing, and some of you guys know how this works when I do this, and some of you don't, but what I'm seeing is essentially like an angel with wings like wrapped around, like that's the only way I know how to explain it, like wrapped around what I'm gonna assume is your son, but I don't see specific like faces and stuff. I just know that it is a person, and they're smiling. They are wrapped in these angel wings, and it's very like loving and happy, and there is that undertone of sadness, but it's like an I miss you kind of thing, but in a positive way. So I think this is really just a confirmation for you that he's okay, and he is protected and surrounded with that love. Now, that being said, I'm not a medium. I don't communicate with those who have passed. I know other people who do. So if you are interested in that, I can send you those references or some people to check out. But I wish you could see what I'm seeing, because it's very beautiful. But it's just this very tall, strong, very bright, angelic presence with wings wrapped around. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates for you. And again, I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. But he's okay, and he's loved, and he is being protected by that angel. I feel like there's actually a lot of people around him and with him. But again, I'm not a medium, so I wish I could give you more specifics. That's just not what I do. But I can tell you that he's watching, and that he does miss you and loves you, and that he's okay. So I'm not sure what the situation is. I'm not sure what happened. But they want you to be reassured that he is okay and he's safe. And he is surrounded with love. So, sorry. Again, if you would like a recommendation for a medium that can communicate better for you, then I'd be very happy to send you that recommendation. But that's all I've got right now. That's all I can see. So I hope that makes sense. And again, I'm really, truly sorry for your loss. But again, your card, my dear, was Child, Guardian Angel. Wow. Lanice, I'm very sorry. I can't imagine the pain you must be feeling. And I hope that it's reassuring to know that he is surrounded with love and light, and that he does have a large group of people with him. Like I said, there's that angelic presence, and some of the people that are around him are light beings. They are angelic beings, but I feel like a lot of them are past loved ones or ancestors. And it is a large presence. He's not alone. So I hope that's reassuring, and I know that nothing can take that pain away. And I really am sorry. But I do hope that helps. Okay, I'm going to drink some tea because that was a lot. You're very welcome. I wish I could do more for you. Okay. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Okay. So, I'm going to keep moving. We're going to keep moving forward. Okay, one last thing, and then I'll move forward. I'm getting a hug, like a behind, like coming from behind, kind of like when someone wraps their arm across you, like a hug like that. It's very healing. So I'm not sure. Yeah, sorry guys. Anywho, thank you, Angelique. Okay, would anyone else like a card? Would anyone like another card? I'm just feeling a lot of emotions, a lot of love, a lot of that is really caught here. I feel like there's a lot of things that need to be said, and I wish I could communicate them, but I just don't. I'm just not there yet. Anyways. Okay, so who's still with me? Who do I still have on? Who is still watching? We've got a few more minutes. Okay. Who do we got? Who's still here? Also, just a reminder that Facebook comments are a little bit delayed. So from the time that you comment till when I get it, it's like a 5 to 10 second delay. So if I don't respond right away, that is why. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. Whew, that was intense, but like in a good way, but also kind of overwhelming. I've never had that happen before. Wow. Okay. Whew. All right. Okay, Angelique, I'm only seeing your comment, so I'm going to go ahead and pull you another card. Yeah, Angelique, me too. I'm not sure if that was helpful or not. I really hope that it was. I can't imagine being in that position, but that was a lot. And I've never experienced that, so. Whew, okay, let's bring it back. Bring it back. All right, Angelique. Angelique, I'm going to pull you a Halloween card. All right, let's see what we got. And then I'm going to go hug my mom because that was a lot. And I think I need to do that. Okay. Angelique. What does Angelique need to hear this morning? Okay, Angelique. I'm sorry. So you know how earlier we were talking about how I cannot stand spiders? Like, I'm just not a fan. And you've been on my other lives where I talked about, I saw them everywhere when I was in Sedona. I ended up seeing a tarantula a couple times. I've been seeing spiders everywhere since I've gotten home. And it's just not my jam. I get it. The universe is trying to send me a message. I've received it. Actually, since I told them I received it, I haven't seen another spider. But your card, my dear, was the spider, which I think is so funny. That being said, the spider as a spirit animal and as a messenger is actually a very beautiful messenger. It is very important. It is a reminder that we create our lives. We spin the web of our own lives. We are the creators of our own universe, of our experiences. We manifest everything into our lives. But we also create the community that we surround ourselves with. We pull in those people, our soul tribe, our soul family, and it's important to know that, to really love them and embrace them. And when you find that soul tribe, when you find that soul family, you're not going to want to let them go. You're going to want to keep them in your web. But be careful not to smother them. Be careful not to, smother, I think, is the best word, right? So be careful not to overwhelm or to smother or to make them feel kind of claustrophobic, which I don't think you have a problem with. I actually think your thing is that you give people too much space. And this is a reminder for you to hold people close and to recognize who is in your soul tribe, who is part of your soul family, and to really love them and know that you are constantly creating your environment, creating your community, and it is full of love. So again, that is your card, my dear. It is the spider. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. I just think that's so funny. They did that to me when I got back from Sedona. And it was also why that I kept seeing spiders everywhere, is because I was really building my own soul tribe and my own soul family, and really connecting with others. And for me on my journey, it's been a very individual journey for me for the most part. My spiritual progress, my spiritual growth has been very independent. I didn't really have a lot of support until this past year or so. So they kept sending me stuff to be like, hey, you have a community, you've weaved this web, you have a tribe, you're growing, you are creating the life that is meant for you, and you are finally being open to it and accepting it and all this. And it was just a beautiful thing. But I'm so serious when I tell you I do not like spiders. Like, I will be in one part of the house and I see a spider and I'm gone. Like, I'm done. I'm not like, I don't shriek. Like, I'm not a person who shrieks, but let there be a spider next to me and that will happen. It's a thing. I can't help it. So I just thought that was so funny. Anywho, confirmation. So weird. I made 2 posts on moments I reflected on and pulled cards loosely relating to both right after. Yes, those synchronicities, babe. It's that confirmation that you are, those moments, those memories, they're popping up when they're supposed to. It's a reminder of things that you've experienced and that you are meant to be recalling to learn the lesson from them. Does that make sense? So, okay, I'm not the only one. Yeah, normally it's not a thing. Like, I've never really been a shrieker. Like, I don't get super scared with like lizards and snakes and like worms and stuff. Like, that's never bothered me. But let there be a spider next to me and I'm gonna lose my mind. Whew, I just can't. I cannot. Okay, but anywho, so if anybody has any questions, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and turn our banner off. Whew, because it is 9:30. Today was a very, very heavy morning. It was a very heavy morning. Good morning, Elena. I lied. I'm turning my banner back on. Elena, would you like a card reading? Angelique. Okay, so the idea of being like mice, I think mice are cute. My grandma is terrified of mice. So like if I distinctly remember at one point there was a mouse and it ran through our kitchen because we live out in the country. And this woman was up on the island in the kitchen, like on top of it, screaming, like it was insane. And I've never considered myself to be like that kind of person. But I was in the garage when I first moved back home, right before quarantine. Actually, that wasn't when I first moved home. But this happened right before quarantine. Anyways, and I was like in the garage, and we have a bunch of stuff in our garage, and a mouse crawled across the top of a chair. And when I tell you, I shrieked like nobody's business. I did. And it wasn't because it was a mouse, it was because it startled me. I'm one of those people that if there's like a jump scare video or like something, like I will scream. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but like, and then my reaction is always to like get ready, like something is about to attack me. Like that's just, I don't know what it is. But it's crazy. So there's only like spiders, I will always shriek. I can't do them. But the only other time that I've shrieked like that is with that mouse, because it popped up out of nowhere and it scared the crap out of me. Anyways, I'm telling y'all my whole life story. Okay. Elena, do you have a preference, my dear? I have the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. I have the Starseed, the Work Your Light, the Keepers of the Light, the Archangel Gabriel, the Saints and Angels, Angels and Ancestors, and my Halloween deck. So, and I know you know what all those are, except, I don't know, have you seen my new Halloween deck? It's this one, and I'm absolutely in love with it. So if you want one from that, let me know if you have a preference. But yeah, Elena, this morning was pretty heavy. Whew. Okay. Give it a minute for your comment to pop up. Angelique, your grandma is me. Yeah, you should. I love my grandma so much, and I think that's the only thing for her is mice, really. Actually, I think any kind of creatures, but the only thing I've seen her freak out about is mice. Yes, so this is the Keepers of the Light. It's one of the ones I got in Sedona, and I love it. So I can do that one or the Halloween one, whichever one you want. Okay. Do, 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 do. Okay, awesome. Keepers of the Light. Okay, let's do this. Excuse me. Yeah, Elena, you're gonna have to watch the replay once we're off here, because this morning was very intense, and it was definitely a new experience for me. Okay, let's see. Elena, what does Elena need to hear? Ooh, okay. Your card, my dear, is the Miriam. I need to learn how to pronounce these things, but it's Sacred Vision, and it says to choose to forgive in order to heal, to see the light in all, and remember that love has no boundaries. Have you gotten this before? I feel like you have. This might have been somebody else. Or you've gotten a similar card. I feel like this is a reminder. That's why I'm asking. This is really just a reminder to trust yourself, to trust your intuition, and to know that you already you already put in the effort to see the best in others and to live your life out of unconditional love. But this is a reminder to know that love has no boundaries. That love is expansive. And I feel like there might be some people that are less than loving right now, less than pleasant is the best way I can put that. And hold on, sorry, I'm receiving. Okay, so I don't know the situation specifics. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I feel like there's probably some people that are less than loving, less than pleasant to be around right now, that aren't necessarily positive, but are people that you care about. But they're having some of their own internal shiza that they need to deal with, that they need to process maybe. And it's coming out in a not fun way for everyone else. And I feel like you've been very good at holding space for them. I don't know if they've said or done something that was hurtful, whether it was intentional or unintentional. I feel like it was unintentional. But it's time to forgive that situation, to forgive whatever it was that was hurtful, to forgive that person. And, you've been very good at holding space out of unconditional love. But it's like I feel like it was just hard to let whatever this is go. Like, it's still weighing on you because, people say things or do things and it comes across as very hurtful, and they may not realize that it's hurtful, but it makes it even more hurtful when it comes from someone that you care about. Again, I feel like it was very unintentional, but it's hard to let those things go, and it kind of makes that cut a little deeper. So I don't know if this was recent. I don't feel like it was. I feel like it was a little while ago, but that it maybe still weighs. And it's time to do a little shadow work and work on that, and releasing and forgiving, and not only holding that space out of unconditional love, but yeah, I'm not sure. I don't feel like it's happened like recently. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm like staring off, trying to figure out what's happening. I'm not sure if it was previous or if it's coming up, but it wasn't something that's happened within like the past month or so. Like, it wasn't a recent thing. But definitely it feels like it was a past experience. That maybe, yeah, I just feel like it was very hurtful. It was very deep because it was someone that you cared about. And it was an unintentional wound, but it still weighs. So I don't know what it is. I wish I could give you more information on that. But anyways, you choose to forgive. You choose when to let go. You choose to heal. And although you haven't moved away from that person. You haven't disregarded that person. You, like, through words and on the surface level, you forgave them already, but now it's time to really heal that wound. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's hard to, I can see it, but I can't express. I'm having a hard time. But you've definitely held space for them and still loved them unconditionally, and you still care for them. I feel like they're still a part of your life. But this hurt is still there. Like, it's gonna, I don't know if it's been coming up lately or if it's gonna start coming up, but I'm supposed to tell you that it's time to release it. So let me know. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. I wish I could give you more details, but that's what I've got. Whew, that one's giving me a lot of feelings too. I'm feeling like there needs to be some expression because, like, my throat's all tight now. But to release, I feel like it's really, a matter of talking yourself through it, letting those feelings out, maybe journaling. So whatever that wound is, whatever that hurt is that is coming back up, or when it does come up, just be aware, like, it's time to let that go for yourself, not for the other person, because I feel like you already, verbally forgave them. For them, like, to help them move forward, and you continued to move forward, but it's something that was deep. So let me know. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. I wish I could give you more details, but I definitely feel like it's something that will need some self-expression and some communication. Okay, who comments? All the comments. Not yet. Thank you for, yeah, Mars is in retrograde. Mars is giving me all the feels lately. Okay, I'm glad it makes sense. But yes, let me know. Let me know what happens. Like I said, I wish I could give you more details, but that's all I'm getting right now. Okay. Anywho, all right, guys. Whew. Been having a lot of emotions this morning. That was a lot. Okay. If you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, now's the time. I'm probably going to hop off here in just a couple minutes. I have to get ready. I have to go to the DMV today and go get my car registration sorted out. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to be there for a few hours. Always feel free to message me via private message on Soul Searchers Facebook page. If you are watching the replay and you have questions about stuff, if you, anything spiritual or spirituality based, or anything for the cards for the collective, cards for individuals, if you would like clarification, please message me. That's all I can think of right now because I'm still feeling super overwhelmed from that other reading. But thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. And just hanging out with me. I totally appreciate it. I always feel super blessed to be able to help others and to relay the messages that are needed. It may not be what you wanted, but it'll always be what you need. And again, if you ever have any questions, I'm around. So until our next live, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.